Network with Stuart Brisgel and David Solomon every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. You think about it, we rant about it. Listen to us live on Facebook.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Hump Day. I hope everybody's having a good week. And I got to tell you, I chose the term hump on purpose because humps are bumps. They're like peaks and valleys. And one thing that I've learned about humps is that if you ever sat on a camel, man, do they hurt. Okay. Why am I bringing this up in such a metaphor? And Stuart's kind of confused out of his mind right now. Is what has become of so many teachers within the school system. They're bumpy, they're humps. They make the ride very difficult. Now, not all teachers, and let me stress that. I'm married to a teacher. Stuart's married to a teacher. We know teachers. Not all teachers are lumped into this basket about what we're talking about today. The problem is that there are a whole bunch of teachers, school systems out there who are trying to force agendas on very vulnerable children. And when I say children, it's from young age, teenagers, all the way up to universities. We've ranted about university students and they're supposedly adults. But Stuart, what does a 13-year-old know about life? What does a 13-year-old know about life type decisions? And unfortunately, Stuart, teachers are getting involved, influencing kids. And I'm not saying all teachers, there are some that are influencing kids to take the wrong path and ignoring the parents. Stuart, passing it to you, man. What's going on?
All right. So let me start off by saying that this whole public mess, which I gotta say, thank you to Walt Disney's company, that may he turn over in his grave a million times, that has brought this to the forefront. The indoctrination of our children didn't just begin in Florida this year. This has been going on as a grind since the 1960s. Everyone was all against church and state because people felt it was the indoctrination of their children into religion, right? Indoctrination. The Democrats were anti-indoctrination from church and state, and it is the devil if you talk about religion in the classroom. And this was a slow grind from the 70s and through the 80s. And it eventually came to pass that there's no one allowed to talk about religion in the classroom. Okay? However, in the United States, you cannot prosecute, persecute, or disassociate with someone who wants to pray in the classroom as a student. However, teachers, being the sully people that they are, and I'm married to one, but it's not about all of them, and David's married to one, they like to sully and they like to embarrass, in some cases, ridicule these people. Now, it's not a kindergarten kid. It's not a 13-year-old kid. It's not a 16-year-old kid. It's all kids. And so the church and state, right, which is an anti-communism, which is a pro-communistic bill, because communism wants to remove all of your religion from everywhere. Remember, communism is about one person, right, under their control. Sounds kind of familiar, like a woke type mentality, because our religion, our Kool-Aid, is the one you have to drink, because if you drink anyone else's Kool-Aid, you're no longer the cool people, you're the enemy, and we're going to go after you. As I quote many Democrat politicians, including the president and vice president of the United States today, whereby just yesterday or the day before yesterday, President Biden said, and I quote, "They're not your children. They're our children. And they're not your children when they're in the classroom. They're their children, which means they're our children." Now, I don't know how many mothers that are Democrat, Republicans, communists, separatists, whatever the denomination you want to put yourself in, I don't think there's a mother on the planet that's going to allow you to say they're not your children. They're my children. And that's exactly what the president said from the pulpit. Let me continue. So the concept of wokeism sounds a lot like communism. And like just the other week, we mentioned a man by the name of McCarthy, which stands for McCarthyism, which is the opposite of the wokeism or communistic branch, right? So where does the line get drawn? So these teachers now have what they feel is control. But no, no, no. Thanks to Governor DeSantis, there is the Parents' Bill of Rights, right? That everyone dubbed the gay bill, right?
The anti-gay bill. Anti-gay bill. Don't say gay bill. That's it. The don't say gay bill.
Okay. However, now you have a parents' education rights that put the parents as the loudest person in the school boardroom. Now, this is not what the school board wants. They don't want you, the parent, to tell us, the school board, what your children need to be programmed with. Now, all children can be programmed. The other word for programming is called grooming. Now, when we talk about rapists, we talk about how they groom their prey. They are raping our children. Wow, that's a massive statement. Raping our children and programming our children to believe in what they want your children to believe. But remember, they're not your children.
Okay.
They're their children.
Okay, but
David.
But Stuart. Okay, all right. We're kind of like
I got more. I got more.
Okay.
I got more.
All right, but
let me listen. We want to preserve our children's innocence. They deserve it. It's their right. But now let's take another flash to test. The medical world. In the United States, if your child is 13 years of age and gets admitted to the hospital, do you know that 13-year-old has the right to deny you as the parent from any information from that institution?
It's insane. I'm sorry,
A
it's insane.
13-year-old.
But
because of my ex-wife, I had to find out the hard way that a 13-year-old can deny
yes,
a parent the right to know what's going on in the medical charts.
Yes. I'm finding I don't understand it. And Stuart, I'm going to tell you something.
Hang on a second. Hang on. But guns kill people.
Well, okay. Well, so what? Okay. So here's my argument.
It's not vodka, Risa. It's Nespresso.
Here's the frustration I have. Okay, in the United States, you have to be 21 to drink. You have to be 18 to join the army, shoot a gun. I get it. Like, you have to be 13 years old to decide for yourself medical and lifelong decisions. So first of all, the system's bloody screwed up. Okay. By the way, here it's 14. Okay. There you say it's 13. And I find it absolutely asinine. Now, this Florida mother, the reason we're bringing this up is there's a Florida mother suing a school because the school has a program to allow a child to transition without
her name is January Littlejohn. Her name's January Littlejohn.
But the parent had no idea.
Yeah, but the basis of the case was, right? I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over you, David. I'm very passionate about this one.
Not at all.
January Littlejohn's child, who's an ordinary child, because of what they're teaching in the classroom, is kind of a little confused, doesn't really understand the gender. But the school went to the child and said, what bathroom do you feel you should be using?
Correct.
And then refused and denied the parents any information and did it without the parents' consent.
And therein lies where this is what I've got a problem with. The problem was that the teachers in this case, and again, respectful to all teachers out there, we're not making blanket statements. We're going after the ones that have decided that they are better parents than you. That they have decided.
They're not parents. They're better custodians of what your children should learn.
Better statement. You're
because you got to pay the bill. They ain't paying the bill.
Right. You're 100% right. 100% right. And frankly, they're not only better custodians, they know better for your children, decision making. They know better what's right for your children. They know. This bucket of lies is unbelievable.
And I got one more for you. I got one more. Let's take it. You're going to be able to unleash. Don't worry. Let's take it one step further. If you've ever been to the pediatrician's office and the doctor says, would you like to leave? Never leave. tell the doctor, go fuck yourself.
Okay, well, what
Why?
does it do then?
No. Why does the doctor want you to leave? Why? Why does the teacher not want the parents?
Why?
Because they want to interject their views to your child without your consent.
So listen, here's the situation with and again, we're not going to use a blanket statement saying every doctor and every teacher. The problem, Stuart, that I'm seeing in the system today is that I understand that there is a point in which you want the child to express themselves. There is a fear of the parent. There is retribution at home. I get it. But like everything else in this world, and let's take the stupid Johnny Depp, Amanda Heard case here, where the world suddenly went, oh, wait a minute, you mean men are abused? I thought it's only women who are abused. And the man is always guilty. And suddenly we're flipping a switch. It's the same thing here. We have taken things to an extreme. What we've done right now is rather than, and I know what you put up on there, the parents' right in education law. The parents, you know what's fascinating, Stuart, is that the school said that they, according to the law, they didn't have to tell the parent. They didn't have to. But where's your freaking common sense? 13-year-olds are always afraid of parental reaction. Always. Okay, by the way, it doesn't go away for a while. But 13-year-olds are always afraid of the parent. But the parent is involved for a reason. The school doesn't have all the facts when it comes to a child. The school doesn't understand necessarily all the family values,
but you're just a dumb parent,
whatever.
David.
And the school and the teachers have no right to cross the line. This is common sense. Now, I know they'll throw the law and they'll say, oh, by the way, we're covered by the law and it's all good. And you know what? I'm sorry. You're asking, I'm gonna completely make this stupid. If your child wants to go get a tattoo, right? It's a decision, right? But it has an impact. Okay? It's a painful to remove. It's a change, right? Okay. What? I'm not comparing a tattoo to this. This is a life-changing decision. This isn't flip a switch. It's not today I'm going to wear a dress, tomorrow I'm going to wear pants. You're actually telling somebody to it's a modification of their thought process and things. And I get it that kids are saying they're confused, but this kid in particular was saying, hey, my friends are doing it.
I got a little side.
No. I let you run for 8 minutes. Give me a second here, okay? You went 8 minutes. My frustration here is that this kid was influenced by peer pressure, okay, to make a move. God forbid the parent should be involved. What is that crap? This is the problem. Use your freaking common sense. Stop forcing children down a path that they're not sure about. A teacher should be an educator, an informer, not the person forcing the child. And at 13, they're still a child. If they can't drink and if they can't vote and if they can't have that I don't understand it. You can't vote, you can't drink, but you can't determine your gender without parents. I don't get it. Sorry.
David, okay, the definition of indoctrination is to teach, especially the ideas and opinions or beliefs of a certain group. Now, again, we removed this concept of church and state. And now the Democrats want to replace it with, we want to indoctrinate your children. At the end of the day, guys, the House Bill 1557 that got signed into law, dubbed the anti-gay bill, is the anti-communistic woke bill. It's the bill allowing parents to have a voice and be heard. David was on a roll. David, you know what?
These teachers are taking them away. These teachers and schools. Critical race theory has gone into the school. Gender education.
But what is critical race theory? It's all part of that woke.
It's all part of the package. Yeah. And Stuart, I agree with parents who are standing there yelling at school boards. You've gone too far.
Agreed. David, it's the hump week. You didn't explain humps totally,
I explained the hump.
Not enough. Hump, lump.
Okay,
it's a quarter hour. Where are we going?
Stuart,
and Risa wants to know, ask yourself why. You got to come back Friday, Risa, and you can get why.
the problem, the guys, if you have been under a rock, I've been under a rock for the last while. Why are things the way they are? Guys, this is all about influencing the future, influencing future generations. This isn't about doing the right thing. It's about pure influence. It sounds sucky. Think of the book 1984 of how we mentally controlled people. Okay? Stuart, while you're playing with your fingers there,
No, I was saying I like vodka. That was what was there. I was pointing. He does like vodka.
the problem in our society is we've permitted people to control young minds.
Yep.
It's scary.
All right, we're done.
I'm done. Stuart, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up with a bow.
No, wrap it up by saying goodbye.
Goodbye.